this is Crystal, known as Phoenix Crystal on the Team Beachbody website. Thank you for watching my video. This is week 5's results. At the end of week 5, as far as weight loss is concerned, I've lost 2.2 pounds from last week, and I made it through this week. It wasn't the greatest week in the world. Sometimes, you know, life happens and it just sucks and you have to deal with it. You know, that seems to happen like every 28 days or so, you know, for me. And for most women between in my age, you know, starting around 13 or so and higher. And for some women it's worse than others, and I just have to say it was really, really painful this time, and that's all I have to say about that. But I'll talk about the effects. The effects are when you're in pain, no matter what it's from, you know, whether it's from Mother Nature, or you broke your arm, or you sprained your ankle, or you have a headache for whatever reason, allergy reaction, whatever. When you're in a lot of pain, life just sucks. Your energy is drained from dealing with that pain. You're a little bit irritable and a little less patient than what you would be normally. I managed to get through my work week, and I managed to do all of my workouts, which wasn't easy. The week got better as it progressed and as I got better. One thing I did have to watch out for is I noticed that my ankle, which is from an old injury, was starting to flare up, and I was starting to get plantar fasciitis symptoms again. So I started to I made sure I was icing my ankle at night and doing some stretching, some extra hardcore stretching to take care of that. And I'm glad I did, because it made it to where the next morning I was able to actually get up and do my workout. That if I hadn't done the stretches the night before, I wouldn't have been able to. I probably wouldn't have been able to walk until about midday. So if you are like me and sometimes have ankle or foot problem, or plantar fasciitis, I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it, but I think that's how it's pronounced. If you have that, just let me know, and I'll tell you the stretches that I do that help me. And you definitely want to ice your ankle. I have to ice the back of not just my ankle, but the back of my heels, like my Achilles, because with all the jumping, like you have jumping in P90, and there's quite a bit of jumping and running and jogging in place, and when you're really, really overweight, you put more pressure on your joints like that. And if you're over a certain age, like over 30 or whatever, you have more chances, especially when you're jumping into working out, of hurting your Achilles. So you have to just be really careful about that, aware of like any kind of foot problem that might be happening. You should be fine as long as you remember to stretch, and it'll be a little bit more stretching than what you do for the video. You remember to ice, and it's good, and then also rest your ankle when you can. When you're not working out or whatever, don't decide to go jumping up and down all over the place, you know. Save it for your workout, you know. Maybe do other kinds of walking and stuff. If your ankle or your feet are up to it, you can do that. If you get a chance, you know, when you're icing it, have your foot elevated higher, a little bit higher than you normally would. Like if you were sitting in a recliner. If you don't have a recliner, you know, put some pillows underneath your foot and just have it elevated while you're icing it for a while. For, you know, 15 minutes is all you need to do to ice it. Things I learned this week. I learned that you can do your workout well, even if you're in a lot of pain. I also learned, oh, I was watching a bunch of videos on YouTube with Tony, and one thing I saw him do during one of his speeches, he likes to give his 11 law speech of success, and I was looking that up, and I saw him bring a couple people, women up on the stage, and said that he would rather them do their push-ups from their toes, even if all they're doing is halfway, than if they're doing it from their knees. And I've been doing it from my push-ups from my knees because I can do the full range of motion from my knees, and it doesn't bother my back. So, but when I do it from my toes, I can only do about halfway before it starts bothering my back with the way my weight is proportioned and the way I am. You know, with all my extra weight is mostly here and in my rear end. So that can put a lot of pressure on my mid-back, especially since I have a sway back, which means the small of my back kind of curves in a little bit more, which actually just makes me look like I have even more of a bigger rear end than I have a big rear end, but it makes it look even bigger. So I have trouble with things like that. So, but I can do push-ups from my toes, but only about half as far in range of motion as I can from my knees. So I did a few of the decline push-ups that way, and I found that I could do that. I got into the rest of the workout and I forgot, and I just did them from my knees. So the next time I have that workout, I'm going to try doing the push-ups, all of them from my toes, see how that goes, you know, even though I'm not doing the full range of motion. And if it works out, then I'll stick with that. But if I find that I get a better workout from doing it from my knees and getting the full range of motion versus doing it from my toes and only getting half a range of motion, we'll see, and I'll let you know in next week's video. I suggest that if you ever have a little bit of extra time or whatever, just go around and look for videos on YouTube, you know, other videos like this, or other Tony Horton videos. I favorited a few, so if you look at this website and you look at my favorites, you'll see that I have a few Tony videos that I have favorited that you can watch. And that's about all I learned this week so far. You know, just having patience, just working, just pushing play, and just, you know, just showing up every day. Before you can push play, you know, you have to show up. You have to show up to your living room. You have to rearrange the furniture if you need to. You have to just be there. And once you're there and you get started, then just keep moving. And as long as you finish that, you're like, okay, then you finish the next part. And you're done with that, and then you do a little bit more. And you just keep doing until you get to a point where you're like, okay, I need to stop now. But usually I find that I can get through the whole workout. But my goal is to always get up, show up to my living room, and push play. And if I get through the warm-up, then I continue, and I just always go as far as I can. And I like the improvements I'm seeing in my workout. I like that I'm getting stronger. I like that my arms are getting different muscles in them, and in different groups I can feel them in different parts. I mean, I'm getting triceps now, which is pretty cool. I'm getting a tiny bit of a definition here, or, you know, just little things like that. I know it's going to take a while until I see major improvement, you know, and actually start noticing any kind of a weight loss besides just, you know, feeling it in my clothes or whatever. And I'm hoping that everybody is doing well on their journey. Just remember, you're going to have days that sucks, some days that are great, many days that are in between, and some days are you just going through the motions, but then you try to pick it up For instance, one of these mornings, the first time I was doing sweat 3-4, I noticed that I was starting to wimp out during the kicking part of which I never do, because martial arts is just, I can do that when I'm asleep, essentially. But I noticed I was wimping out, so what I did when they started the first round with the punches, I went and I dragged my punching bag into the living room area. And the reason why I had to drag it is because it's one of those ones where you fill up with water in the base, so it makes it heavy, so it doesn't move around too much. So I dragged that into the living room, and I started punching it, and just having something to punch got me back into my workout. So if you see yourself just going through the motions and you know you can do better, do something, give yourself something, some kind of goal or target, whether it's like what I did something physical, but you can also do something mentally. Like you can use your imagination, imagine that you're hitting something, or imagine like that, or you can imagine like you're in water, or whatever it takes to motivate you, to get you to do just a little bit more than just going through the motions, if you can. If it's just one of those days where you going through the motions is better than not doing it at all, and that's the point that you're at, don't feel bad about that, because at least you're getting your workout done. But if you think that if you could just motivate yourself to pick it up a notch, then find a way and do it. Anyway, I hope that is helpful, and remember, know that you can do it. That is a very important step. You have to know that you can do it, because there's going to be so many people who tell you you can't, and even like little thoughts in your head that tell you that you can't, but you just have to quell them and know that you can do it. And then it comes to a point where you have to take action, and that action is showing the world. It means that you do it, and that's how you let other people know that you can do it. So know that you can do it, and then show the world. Again, this is Crystal, known as Phoenix Crystal on Team Beachbody. Thank you for watching this video, and have a great day.